This service is shared in gratitude to all mothers and those mothering, something that is so much needed in this moment in human history that we find ourselves navigating. To those who awoke, awakening, and will continue to awake curiosity in us, may you have deep knowing that your nurturing is not in vain. Once more, I summon you out of the past with poignant love, you who nourish the poet and the lover. I see your gray eyes looking out to sea in those Rockport summers, keeping a distance within the closeness which was never intrusive, opening out into the world. And I remember is how we laughed till we cried, swept into merriment, especially when times were hard. And what I remember is how you never stop creating, and how people sent me dresses you had designed with rich embroidery and brilliant colors because they could not bear to give them away or cast them aside. I summon you now, not to think of the ceaseless battle with pain and ill health, the frailty and the anguish. No, today I remember the Creator, the lion-hearted. May Sarton for my mother.
Good morning, beautiful beings. Happy Mother's Day and happy New Member Sunday. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I am Melissa Baker, current worship lead here at 1U. With me in today's service are our minister, Reverend Margalie Belizaire, Director of Music, Aubrey Connelly-Candelario, along with our luminary and chalice choirs and guest violinist, Andres Villa. We also have our chalice lighter, Wesley, board member, Debbie Reinhardt, membership committee member, Brian Beaver, and let's not forget our teams of wonderful people in the background working diligently to ensure that we come together this morning. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Children are invited to participate in welcoming our new members, and then we will sing them out for their RE activities. We greet you this morning, old friends and new, as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whether today is your first or your 1,000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We welcome your race, national origin, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. We have a few special announcements today. There is a budget forum today at noon in the assembly room. And from religious enrichment, parents of nursery-age children, we apologize for any inconvenience today, but we are shorthanded in the nursery after 12. There should not be any children or kindergarten age or older in the nursery. And after noon, the number of children will be limited to just a couple based on our staff's comfort level. Thank you, parents, for your help with us. Join us next Sunday as Reverend Margalie leads us through the next of our Let's Talk About Bruno series. The order of service can be accessed via the QR code up on the screen right now. A link to the events calendar is at the bottom of the order of service. Please click on it to view what's going on at 1U. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to the orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. Thanks again for being here in person and online today. Let us welcome our chalice lighter today, Wesley. He is 8 years old and loves basketball. And join me in saying our beloved chalice lighting words as Wesley lights the flame. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Great job, Wesley. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn, number 131, Love Will Guide Us. The words will be projected on the screen. Let us breathe together and fully arrive here in this beloved community. And one more breath together. What we do here is holy work, beloveds. Today, we gather in the spirit of curiosity and love, and on this Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. And while we know this day carries complexity, grief, longing, gratitude, tenderness, and even pain, today, we intentionally make room simply to celebrate mothers and the role of motherhood. There will be other days to critique the expectations placed upon mothers and the iniquities they can pass on to their offsprings. Those conversations, they do matter, and we recognize that. But today, let us pause long enough to honor the beauty as well. Today, let us simply celebrate and love our mothers to the best of our ability, whether they are near or far, living or long remembered. Let us honor all who have mothered us biologically, spiritually, emotionally, communally. Let us honor those who continue the sacred and exhausting work of mothering now. And let us honor the ways we mother one another through care, protection, encouragement, and love. Our monthly theme is awakening curiosity, and perhaps part of that curiosity is asking ourselves what might happen if, for just one day, we allow ourselves to notice what was beautiful, what was nurturing, what helped us survive, what helped us grow. And our yearly theme, Meeting the Moment, reminds us that this moment too deserves our full attention, not only the difficult moments, but the tender ones as well. May we be blessed enough today to find at least one thing from which we are grateful. Maybe a lesson remembered, a sacrifice made, a kindness offered, a love that shaped us. And may we ourselves become people who awaken creativity, courage,
and compassion in others. And today, we also celebrate something joyful in the life of this congregation. This morning, we officially welcome 8 new members in our church community. They have already been among us, some for a short while, others much longer, but each has now signed the membership book and formally joined this shared journey of faith, curiosity, and community. We are all grateful that you are here, and we will shortly engage in a ritual to formally welcome you. And now I invite you more fully into worship with a Mother's Day call to worship.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Here, may you find a warm greeting, a kind word, a gentle touch.
Sometimes I feel like I have no friend.
Here, may you find a community of support, a pulse of liberation, a vision of hope.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Here, may you find a warm greeting, a kind word, a gentle touch.
Sometimes I feel like I have no friend.
Here, may you find a community of support, a pulse of liberation, a vision of hope. And let us greet one another. If you're joining us online for the first time, please say so in the comments. And if you are joining us here in person for the first or even the third time, and you are willing to either raise your hand or rise so that we can fully welcome you. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome. All right, now let's walk across the aisles and welcome one another, and be sure to say hello to a new person. Part of awakening curiosity is being okay with that some things cannot be fully explained, only experienced. Motherhood and mothering can fit in that category. How do we put into words people who shaped us before we even knew ourselves? The ones whose love, flaws, sacrifices, tenderness, and humanity helped form our understanding of the world. And perhaps meeting this moment means not rushing past that mystery, but lingering in it a while. This poem wrestles with that very challenge, the beautiful impossibility of trying to describe mothers and mothering in words that somehow never feel big enough. Mother, I'm trying to write a poem to you, which is how most poems to mothers began, or what I've wanted to say, Mother, but We, as children of mothers, even mothers ourselves, cannot bear our poems to them. Poems to mothers can make us feel little again. How to describe that world that mothers spin and consumes and trap and loves us in, that spreads for years and men and miles? Those particular hands that could smooth anything, butter on bread, cool sheets or weather. It's the wonder of them, good or bad. Those mother hands that pats and shapes and slaps, that sew you together the pieces of a better house or life in which you'll try to live. Mother, I've done no better than the others, but for now, here's my clever failure. Aaron Bellew, another poem from mothers.
The choir is going to sing a very short piece, 30 seconds, but it is in Italian. And the translation is, I live in joy and contentment.
This commitment marks a deepening connection with our community and its values. Many participate meaningfully in our community, but formal membership is a special affirmation that this is a spiritual home where one chooses to grow, serve, and belong. This morning, we are honored to welcome 8 people into our congregation. We are grateful that these individuals have journeyed with us, have found meaning here, and now have committed to being with us more fully. They come from various backgrounds, bringing unique gifts and passions. Though some are longtime UUs and others are just beginning their journeys, they are kindred spirits seeking connection, growth, and purpose.
So I'll say up front, 2 of our new members weren't able to join us today. For those of you who are here, as your name is called, please come forward to be greeted, then walk over here to my right. First, we have Eric Hartgens. Melissa Haile-Melikat. Jenny Weatherford. Maureen Washburn. Gail West. And Brooke Zale.
Ryan, would you name the two?
Yeah, the two who weren't able to make it today were Brandy Hardy and James McDevitt Phelps.
To you, the new members, do you accept the rights and responsibilities of membership, seeking truth and searching diligently for your own spiritual growing edges, loving and ministering to each other, and living our shared values? If so,
will the Board of Trustee members, committee chairs, and the other leaders of this congregation please rise in body or spirit and remain standing? Do you commit to fostering a just, inclusive, and welcoming environment for all? Create and sustain a structure that respects the worth of every person, that honors the democratic process with access to information and decision-making, that recognizes and celebrates individual differences and seeks unity in diversity? If so, please say, "We do." We do. Woohoo.
and would the rest of the congregation please rise by your spirit? Do you, members of this beloved community, welcome these new members? Will you share your gifts and receive theirs in return? Will you honor the newness they bring and celebrate the growth they represent?
Let us affirm our shared purpose by reading together the words of our bond of union. We associate ourselves together for the study and practice of morality and religion as interpreted by the noblest lives of humanity, hoping thereby to prove helpful to one another and to promote truth, righteousness, and love in the world.
May these new members flourish among us. May we be renewed by their presence. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Be sure to continue welcoming our new members who will, we keep making the circle wider because that's who we are. There will be a celebration next door, and I understand there will be cake. All right. Woohoo!
Children out?
Please join us in making a loving arch to dance our children over to the RE.
It's always wonderful to welcome new folks, and just a reminder to us all that as we grow and new people join us, we change together. The point is not to fit them into our mold, but for us to learn and grow together and become a better versions of ourselves as individuals and as a church community. Curiosity asks us to notice whose stories are centered and whose are too often ignored. Mothering is never experienced the same way by everyone. Race, labor, history, survival, and longing all shape what mothering feels like in the body and spirit. For many Black women, mothering has existed alongside exhaustion, invisibility, sacrifice, plus the demand to survive in a world shaped by whiteness. And yet, even there, love persists, home persists, dignity persists. And this poem, and this next poem, we are offered a vision of Blackness not as deficiency, but as refuge, strength, memory, and return. She came home running back to the mothering Blackness, deep into the smothering Blackness, with tears, icicle gold planes on her face. She came home running. She came home creeping, here to the Black arms waiting, now to the warm heart waiting, rhyme of alien dreams befrost her rich brown face. She came down creeping. She came home blameless, Black as Hagar's daughter, tall as Sheba's daughter, threats of northern winds die on the desert's face. She came home blameless. Maya Angelou.
Good morning. I'm Debbie Reinhardt, Secretary of the Board of Trustees. Each week, we make space to collect an offering. This is a time when we pass the basket to collect a financial donation from you. We do this not simply to invite you to practice generosity and to be in the habit of giving, but also to intentionally and plainly remind you that your giving is necessary for One U to exist and thrive, and for us to continue sharing the good news of Unitarian Universalism with the world. And let your giving today be in gratitude to our foremothers, among which are Carolyn Gore and Reverend Eleanor Gordon, who had the forethought to establish this religious community, First Unitarian Church, back on February 21st, 1912. Today's full collection will go to the ministries of this congregation. Our Share the Plate partner for May and June is Orlando Day Nursery. Should you choose to make a direct donation to our partner, please let us know for recording purposes. Note that you can also give online or use your phone to scan the QR code found in the pew back pocket to donate through Zephy. Please also note you can change the service fee at checkout to $0. The offering will now be collected. I love that song. It always makes me smile. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and friendship.
Part of awakening curiosity is learning how to hold two truths at once. We recognize that older reflections on motherhood sometimes carry assumptions and expectations that feel limited or outdated today, and still we can find wisdom within them. Because beneath the dated language is something enduring, an attempt to honor the emotional, physical, and spiritual labor that mothering so often requires. And perhaps meeting this moment means neither dismissing the past entirely nor accepting it uncritically, but listening for what still speaks with us with honesty and care. The next piece does just that. When the Lord was creating mothers, he was on his 6th day of overtime when the angel appeared and said, "You're doing a lot of fiddling around on this one." And God said, "Have you read the specs on this order? She has to be completely washable, but not plastic, have 180 movable parts, all replaceable, run on black coffee and leftovers, have a lap that disappears when she stands up, a kiss that cures anything from a broken leg to a disappointed love affair, and 6 hands." The angel shook her head slowly and said, "6 pairs of hands? No way." "It's not the hands that caused me problem," God remarked. "It's the 3 pairs of eyes that mothers have to have." That's the standard model," said the angel. God nodded. 1 pair to see through closed doors when she asked, "What are you kids doing in there?" when she already knows. Another here in the back of her head that sees what she shouldn't, but what she has to know. And of course, the ones here in front that can look at a child when he goofs up and says, "I understand and I love you," without so much as uttering a word. "God," said the angel, touching his sleeve gently, "get some rest tomorrow. I can't. I'm so close to creating something so close to myself. Already, I have one who heals herself when she's sick, can feed a family of 6 on 1 pound of hamburger, and can get a 9-year-old to stand under a shower." The angel circled the model of a mother very slowly. "It's too soft," she sighs. "But tough," said God excitedly. "You can imagine what this mother can do or endure." "Can it think?" "Not only can it think, but it can reason and compromise," said the Creator. Finally, the angel bent over and ran her finger across the cheek. "There's a leak," she pronounced. "I told you were trying to put too much into this model." "It is not a leak," said the Lord. "It's a tear." "What's it for?" "It's for joy, sadness, disappointment, pain, loneliness, and pride." "You're a genius," said the angel. Somberly, God said, "I didn't put it there." Irma Bombeck, When God Created Mothers. Now, please rise and body your spirit as we sing hymn number 1051, "We Are." make space each week to share our joys and our sorrows, the places of lightness and heaviness in our lives. We do this not only to express what is in our own hearts, but to remind one another that no one journeys alone. If you have a sorrow you need witness or help with, or a joy you wish to share, please contribute to a collective sharing of joys and sorrows to be read each Sunday during worship. You can email us during the week at joysandsorrows@orlandou.org. In person, we always have these wonderful and friendly and welcoming greeters who greet you, and then you can fill out a card. They make sure we get them up here, and we share with the rest of the congregation during this time. And we also offer you the opportunity to participate in a candle lighting ritual. So, always bring your joys, your sorrows, as we come together. Come, just as you are, because your whole self is welcome in this sacred space we are creating it together. These beautiful flowers here are provided by Kathy and Bob Reynolds in celebration of Mother's Day and new member service. And for welcoming you all here, and to hold close to our hearts all those who need our love. And we have a couple of joys and sorrows to share. Beth Tura wanted to let us know today is Laura Smith's birthday. Happy birthday. On Friday, Keita Sharman graduated from University of Central Florida from Rosen College of Hospitality Management with a bachelor's degree in entertainment management. Whoa, so our budding stars here. Dale Peabody is racing in his first Ironman triathlon next weekend in Jacksonville. So, for those who need the details, that's 2.5 miles river swim, a 112-mile bike race, and 26-mile run to the finish. Whoa, I think any one of those is complicated and difficult enough, so yay! Bonnie wanted to share that with us, so all right, wishing you the best, dear. Liz and David wishing all the mothers in our extended family in South Africa and Namibia a wonderful Mother's Day. And to my mom here, I apologize here, I read it before. To my mom, Claire, my sister, PJ, to Namibia family, Ellen and Jeannie, we love you all. This is from Liz and David, guys. From Bob Reynolds, Kathy is so grateful for your loving thoughts while she heals from her neck surgery. She is getting stronger daily, and we are leaving for the summer for Massachusetts. We will miss our wonderful congregation. May recovery go smooth, and come back. Claudia Scheffler was 91 on Friday. Mother said, best Mother's Day. Discovered recently, not born in Maryland. Ooh. And love your mother. So, yay. Now, this is something that's going to happen in the future, but Ellen's 90th, Ellen Holmes, 90th, there she is, woohoo! 90th birthday is on June 23rd. So there's a party on Saturday, June 20th in Gore Hall. So see Ellen Jr., right there today at coffee hour for more information. So happy early birthday, Ellen. It is so good to hear all of these wonderful things that are happening here, alongside with all the other things, the hard things that happen here too. But when we look at all the hardship, all the suffering in the world, it is so good to be able to celebrate one another here. So we want to hold the fears and sorrows of all who are being affected by the brutality of war, threats, natural disasters, and just really other situations that are beyond their control, but that are greatly, greatly impacting them. And we hold our communities, both near and far, and our country, and with care, and the world with our compassion, by acting for justice in all the small and large ways that will move the arc toward justice. For all the joys and sorrows of this community, let us celebrate one another. Let us pray for one another. And right now, we invite you to come forward and light a candle. This is second Sunday, so you get to light a candle. And right before you come forward and do that, we also have, some of you may have heard this already, but we had a member who passed away. So we take a moment to remember the passing of a life and light this candle for Len Graham. We received an email at the church office from Paul Herrick notifying us of this, that Len passed away on May 3rd. Len was in home hospice over the past year and died peacefully. He was married to another UU member, Mutt Neubauer, also, as I said, a member of this congregation. So Paul, who left us a message, also said that Mutt is not big on phone calls, which I have a response sometimes. Text, I think only once did I get a response by text, but sending a card, letting him know that you're thinking about him would be good. And at this point, Paul also said nothing is needed from the care team. And as I get more information about a memorial service, I will let you know. Now, come forward to the middle aisle and light a candle. And perhaps as you come up, you'll meditate on a mothering relationship in your life. We will light the first candle for those joining us online. Then we'll light a last one for all the joys and the sorrows we hang on to. So, we're lighting. Come on forward. May we be able to find this one thing that today we are grateful for either the actual person who has mothered us or biological parent or just someone who has been there and provided us that nurturing that relationship provides. And as in this moment here, if somebody's on your heart that you would like to share in this space, if you would just name that person out loud into the space. May you who are mothering, especially in these difficult times, may you know that your nurturing, your loving, your caring is not in vain. And may you be blessed enough to be doing this within community. Awakening our curiosity can be asking, what sacrifices made our lives possible? For many immigrant mothers, love is spoken not only in words, but in departures, losses, hard labor, reinvention, and survival. They leave behind languages, landscapes, families, and familiar lives so that their children might have opportunities they themselves may never fully experience. And in this moment, when brown and black immigrants are too often treated with suspicion instead of dignity, it matters that we remember their humanity, courage, and love. In this next poem, the exploration of the distance and tenderness between a mother and a child shaped by exile, language, and sacrifice is the topic.
What I have written for you, I have always written in English, microphone. What I have, am I on time? How about this?
Yes.
What I've written for you, I have always written in English. My language of silent vowel endings never translated into your language of silent H's.
Lo que he escrito para ti, siempre lo he escrito en inglés. En mi lengua llena de vocales mudas, nunca utilizarás a tu idioma de H's mudas.
I've transcribed all your old letters into poems that reconcile your exile from Cuba, but always in English. I've given you back the Guajiro roads you left behind, stretched them into sentences punctuated with palms, but only in English.
He transcrito todas tus cartas viejas en poemas que reconcilian tu exilio de Cuba, pero siempre en inglés. Te he devuelto los caminos cujares que dejaste atrás, transformados en oraciones puntuadas por palmas, pero solamente en inglés.
I have recreated the pueblocito you had to forget, forced your green mountains up again, grown valleys of sugar cane, stars for you in English.
He reconstruido el pueblecito que tuviste que olvidar. He levantado de nuevo tus montañas verdes, cultivado la caña, las estrellas de tus valles para ti, en inglés.
In English, I have told you how I love you cutting gladiolas, crushing ajo, setting cups of dulce de leche on the counter to cool, or hanging up the laundry at night under our suburban moon. In English.
En inglés, te he dicho cómo te amo cuando cortas gladiolas, machacas ojo, enfría tacitas de dulce de leche encima del mostrador, o cuando tiendes la ropa de noches baja, nuestra luna en suburbia, en inglés.
I have imagined you surviving by transforming yards of taffeta into dresses you never wear, keeping Papa's photo hinged in your mirror, and leaving the porch light on all night long.
He imaginado cómo sobrevives transformando yardas de tefetán en vestidos que nunca entrenas, la foto de papá que guardas en el espejo de tu cómoda, la luz del portal que dejas encendida toda la noche. Te he captado en inglés en la mesa de la cocina esperando que cuele el café, que hierva la leche y que tu vida acostumbre a tu vida. En inglés has aprendido a adorar tus perdidas igual que yo.
I have captured you in English at the kitchen table, waiting for the cafe to brew, the milk to froth, and your life to adjust to your life. In English, you've learned to adore your losses the way I do.
Richard Blanco, translation for Mama. Part of awakening curiosity is being willing to tell the truth about love, not the polished version, but the real one. Mothering is not only tenderness and devotion, it is exhaustion, sacrifice, resentment, joy, fear, fierce attachment, often existing all at once. And perhaps meeting this moment means letting mothers be fully human and imperfect. This next poem does not romanticize motherhood. Instead, it offers us something more honest, the bitter and the sweet reality of loving someone so deeply they can both sustain you and undo you at the very same time. Do you think you should have another child? The girl I have is hardtack and dry line and reminds me every groggy morning what a miracle it must have been when outfitters learned to stock ships' holds with the one long-lasting fruit. How the sailors' tongues, landing on its bitter brilliance, must have cursed the curse of joy. As I did that morning, the burst of water brought my sweet girl into my life. But already she hates me sometimes, like I have sometimes hated my mother, and she must have sometimes hated her own. After weeks at sea, the lines would desiccate and the meal fill with worms. They would have eaten away the sailors, but taken no pleasure from anything, or taken no pleasure from anything but the fact of their sustained lives. Which is to say, all I can do most days, not to swallow her up and curse her maker, I swear. I have not sworn since that morning she was born. Camille Dungy. So, Dear ones, if you would rise in body or spirit, let us sing our closing hymn, All That Is Our Life. As we prepare to leave this space, may we carry with us deeper curiosity about the lives that shaped us and the people who loved us into being. May we remember that mothering is rarely simple. It is beautiful and exhausting, tender and imperfect, ordinary and sacred, all at once. Today, we honored mothers, those who raised us, those who continue to raise others, those who mother through biology, friendship, teaching, mentoring, caregiving, and presence, those whose love made room for us to become ourselves. And perhaps meeting this moment means this too, choosing gratitude where we can, compassion where we must, and tenderness whenever possible. So, go forth from this place, awaken a little more to the sacrifices that often go unseen, to the love that survive across generations, and to the people whose care still lives inside you. Go in peace, go in gratitude, go in love. For our call to action, it is really a simple one. If there is a mothering figure in your life, if you are blessed enough to be very close, and if it is a difficult thing to do, if you can muster up the, maybe a little understanding. Me personally, I have a difficult relationship with my mother, but I am lucky she doesn't celebrate Mother's Day. Oops. Okay, so, but if there is someone that you can reach out and just say a phrase of gratitude to today, somebody who offered you some mothering in your life, that is your call to action. Doesn't have to be today, but this week at some point.
Please say these words with me as we extinguish this chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry into the world until we are together again.